The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
Welcome back to the best no judgment zone space in the world, because neither one of us have any law degrees. I am Marvelous.
And I'm still not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. So let's start the damn show. How you feel today?
I feel a little bit more calmer than I was last week.
You look calmer.
Yeah, I look calmer.
You look way calmer. I was like, people
Yeah.
were asking about you. They were concerned.
I think it was therapy last week for me, and
I feel like I should tuck my diamond chain in. Like, I think if diamonds piss you off like that, whatever.
You're safe. I've learned to look at them again and be okay with it.
That's a great thing. That's a great damn thing, man. Yeah, everything kosher from my side.
Nice.
Live, laugh, love, all that type of stuff. I think the weather outside has just been different within the past week.
Yeah.
Here, like in the GTA and everything like that. You got the sunny days, the sloppy, snowy days, and the sunshiny mornings to melt away the snow that fell yesterday.
Right.
I was like, the fuck?
The whole thing's confusing, man. Like just about 2 weeks ago, I had put the winter tires on my wife's car, but I didn't get a chance to put them on my car yet, right?
Yeah.
So then that same week, I went to work. When I was coming home, it was like snowmageddon, right? So by the time I got home, the main streets, they were okay. They weren't that bad. But by the time I got home, the back streets, they were terrible. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not even going to play around. Tomorrow I'm going to call, book the appointment, get the snow tires put on my car, right? So it's okay, cool. Called, didn't get them right away. Ended up buying the snow tires, made arrangements to put them on. They said they were going to come in on Thursday. So this Friday that passed, made arrangements to put them on. I wake up and I'm like, why is it like spring outside?
Bruh.
And I'm about to spend money to go put on these damn ass winter tires.
And I went to the grocery store on Thursday. And then after I left the grocery store, I had to make a stop. Then I went back to the house. And when I went back to the house, I'm on the phone. I just walked past like the window because they had a big ass living room window. So I walked past. I'm like, yeah. What the fuck? I had to do a double take. I'm like, I was just outside like 20 minutes ago, max.
Yeah.
And the snow was coming down. I was like, yeah, okay. Then in the morning, it was a little bit warmer.
Right.
I was like, damn, this is like some early spring conditions and stuff, whatever. They're like, oh yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be 15. I'm like, what? 15,
I think at some point it hit 17. I mean, I'm not, those who live in Toronto, Ontario, but specifically Toronto, we're used to this, but for those who may not understand, this is typically a place where you can really get 3 different types of...
I don't fucking understand.
You don't understand?
I don't understand it.
But you're used to it though, because this is not unusual for us to get...
I cry now.
3 seasons in one day.
day?
We'll get 3 seasons in one day, literally.
Yeah, because some places I heard it rain.
Yeah.
Instead of snow.
Yeah.
Because I think like some places were like, what? You guys got snow? Well, no, we got rain over here. I was like, shit, even here, last week.
Right.
Last week it was snowing there and I got back to my neck of the woods. It's just like light rain. I'm like...
Light rain.
Where did I drive from? I felt like I drove from like damn Alaska.
3 different conditions, one day.
I guess. All right, man. Welcome, folks, to the new ones. We welcome you. We sit down, have a little moment, enjoy.
Welcome.
To the regular degulars, you already know what you're getting into. A little bit of laughter, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of things that make you go, So, streaming on all streaming platforms, Podical Sons, YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. We dig it. TikTok, Instagram, Podical Sons. You know how to find us.
Listen, more importantly than liking and commenting, you know what? If you're really digging the show and you feel like it's somebody else's cup of tea, tell them and let them know. Tell them, don't just enjoy it for yourself. Spread the love. Let them get that vibe as well.
I agree.
And let's help this grow. All right, let's help this grow because we love doing this for you, and we're hoping that you love what we're doing, and in turn, you spread it, right?
Yes.
That's I think to me that's better than a like or a comment.
Agreed.
Agreed.
So let's start with the polls. Does a decent amount of sex per month keep your partner loyal? And 78% said no.
No.
I get it because like we said, like with the whole orgasm thing and stuff, whatever. Like some women, they don't really come like that.
Yeah.
But then you have some dudes that, ain't no pussy like new pussy.
Yeah. I have one DM that was saying, well, what constitute a substantial amount to keep that significant other loyal?
How do you feel about that? Okay, so how much sex a month?
See, I say if you're in that 15 to 20 times a month mark, I think you're okay.
I think that's good.
I think you're okay. Yeah.
Because I think I heard nightmare and stuff, whatever. It's a nightmare to my ass. Because I heard some couples like once or twice a month. I was like, but there's 30, 31 days. It's like,
yeah.
How long is her month? Yeah, I like, fuck all the monthly.
Well, I mean, because we know
what that hand do, what that mouth do.
Yes.
So,
yes. Yeah. Right. With that being said, I mean, 15, 20, even if you want to take that week off, let's say you take that week off, even if you want to take that week off, I think that's a good, healthy amount.
Some people say it's a fantasy. Somebody said it to me, it's a fantasy. I said, I don't believe it's a fantasy because I look at it where there's certain type of things like you can look, like you walk home, like if you come into the house, and
right.
You walk in and stuff, whatever, and let's say you don't smell no food, you look on the stove, you don't see no food, do you not turn to your wife and say, what are we going to eat?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like you're aware of certain type of things.
Right.
So how are you in a relationship and you're saying to yourself, well, we didn't fuck last night, the night before, 2 weeks ago. You're like, yo, you don't want dick? Like, I understand. You don't like me no more?
Yeah.
You're not aware?
Yeah.
Or that even other person can say, like, I haven't done this to this person and stuff in a minute. Like that convo don't exist.
Right.
So I think decent amount, 15 times a month is good.
I think 15. I mean, even if you were to say, okay, 3 times a week, that's you're looking at 12 times.
Yeah.
12 times for the month.
Yeah. I agree to that. I don't know.
And it's so, I mean, it's good exercise. Why? It's beneficial for the body. Why would you not want to?
Like sexercise.
Why would you not want to?
Sexercise.
Why would you not want to?
But then again, I don't know if you call it, you can't quantify it as sexercise if like some dudes are coming fast like FedEx, man. Like, yo, like what are you doing? You're just out there. Even if you stroke it out for like the 30 seconds,
right?
That's not really a workout, though, is it? You just burning a few calories.
Not really a workout.
Yeah,
no.
Just going at it and then just over. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
So no, it's not. Sexercise is when it's healthy. I like when a woman like kind of, you hitting it from the back and she kind of throwing it back.
Yeah. I'm
like, oh, this is a teamwork effort. And like, feel like, you're doing a little workout, whatever, like P90X, you're slapping and like, yeah, this is workout.
This is workout.
But if you're just like spooning and stuff and you're doing a little Teddy, I call it the Teddy Pendergrass grind.
The Teddy grind.
Close the door. That's it.
Teddy grind.
So that's the first one. Second one, which of these two gets you through the door? Personality or looks? 67 said personality. How do you feel about that? I know for a fact that I work with tons of beautiful people and they're dumb as a bag of rocks.
Right.
Meaning they don't know what the fuck their job consists of or how to do their job. But because they look good, the personality wasn't in play.
Right.
It was the looks that got them through the door. And people get the job and stuff for looking good for tons of jobs.
Yeah.
To the door, looks can get you there. Through it, I feel like looks can get you there through it more than personality.
Nah, I think when I look at personality, I think that's the thing that keeps you in the room.
Yes.
That's what keeps you in the room. looks gets you in the door, personality keeps you in the room.
I agree. But 68% said, 67% said personality. And I was trying to think like where personality can get you. I was thinking about job interview.
Yeah.
Job interview. Yes, if you go in there and you kind of like woo the room, they might like, like that energy you might bring.
Right.
So the personality will get you there. Some women like humorous men.
Yeah.
Or people like humorous people. I like women that make me smile. A woman that can make me laugh, I kind of dig it. I like to laugh anyway, but when I realize like it's them being them and it's kind of organic, I dig it a lot more. And then I want to say it's not like I forget their looks, but I feel like this complements their look.
Right.
Because the initial approach was the look.
Yeah.
So the looks got me to the door, but then the personality didn't really fully get me through it, but it kept us there.
I mean, you can't see personality. So that's why I always.
That's a good damn point.
Yeah, that's why I always say
actually
it's looks like, right. If we're visual creatures, so the first thing we see is appearance, right?
Right.
And an attractive appearance automatically brings us a positive feeling. Where a not so attractive appearance, maybe not so well put together, doesn't bring as positive as a feeling that one would want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, we prejudged people by the way they're dressed. Not meaning to do so, we might not want to do it purposely, right? But subconsciously, we'll do it, right? In that same frame of mind, you're not looking at somebody and it's the personality that gets you right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at somebody, and if they're good looking to you or appealing to you, that's the first set of attraction. You're going in hoping that the personality matches the looks. Yeah. Whereas if you're not looking for a person or anything in that nature, then I can see where personality might win over, right?
True that.
Because here comes somebody who's just, they start talking, all of a sudden, you're attracted to the personality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas it has nothing to do with the looks, right? And then something grows because of that.
How often, like, let's say, how many, like, let's say 1 out of 5 times and stuff in between, like 0 and 5, how many times do you think that might just win over a situation? Probably,
you know what? I want to say it probably happens more often than we think. Probably a high number, because you hear a lot about office romance, right?
Right.
And a lot of times, people who have met their significant other have met them in a common setting, right? So, and it's never usually it's never a situation where they might have. I mean, in some cases, they have actively pursued a person, but more often than not, they'll tell you it's something that just blossomed between the two of us. We didn't expect it. We didn't feel like, you know what I mean? Like we were on any of others' radar.
Right.
But just from natural conversation, just from, the like-mindedness, just the things that we enjoy and like to do, here we are, right? And I don't know, maybe it's a good question is, what type of, or what do you think, which relationship lasts longer? One that's based off the physical appearance of somebody when you first met them, or one that's based off of the personality?
No, well, the looks ain't gonna last.
Looks are never gonna last.
Looks is, they tend to fade or whatever, right? But I think there's a phrase and stuff where basically like it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish.
How you finish.
Right? So I mean, you might start with the looks and stuff whatever, but then you might other qualities and capabilities and stuff like that within the individual will kind of keep you there, like you said.
Right.
But I think the personality and stuff will kind of sell itself afterwards. So initially, you have to go by the looks. Or I don't say you have to, but it's one of those things because if you're in a set, like, okay, I had a situation one day, there's like a tall ass nurse, we were cracking jokes or something like that, and she was there, and she said something to me, she's like, if you were only taller, so you're a funny guy.
Yeah.
If you were only taller. And I was like, I don't think I'm funny, but why you say the taller aspect and stuff? You want to think? She's like, nah, too short.
Well, I just keep going back to that one Family Feud episode that I watched where the dude's wife was maybe about anywhere between 3 and 5 inches taller than him.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve, the asshole, went over to him. He's like, yo, how you like kind of like how you got her, right? And he's like, yo, at Steve, like, and the same situation. They worked with each other at a restaurant.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought he had lifts in his Timbs and stuff like that, whatever. I'm like, if he had lifts in the Timbs, then I'm like, oh, okay.
I think he was either a chef or sous chef. I don't know exactly, but I think she was either maybe a waitress or one.
But he was a chef?
I think so.
Look, the way to a man, before you continue, the way to a woman's heart is through her stomach.
Through her stomach? That's what it was?
Simple. The way to a man's heart is through his penis. That's it.
Okay.
I feed you, she fucked me, we live happy ever after.
Happy ever after.
Continue.
So yeah, and then he was like, yeah, I just kept at her. I kept at it and I was just being myself. And just one day, we started talking, we just kicked it, and then that was it.
He broke the walls down.
Right? So that's personality, man. Like I said, looks will get you in the room.
Cheese whiz, man.
I always say, looks will get you in the room. Looks will get you through the door. Personality will keep you in the room. Hard work keeps you in the building.
I like that. I can get that. I can dig it. Okay. Let's get to some shit. What we talking about today? It's talking about this kid, this Ethan Crumbley guy, the school shooter. I know we grazed up on it before.
Yeah.
This story is like, man, it develops more than damn camera footage.
I'll tell you, man.
So, okay. Let me ask you though, what do you think is a proper punishment for this kid? Keyword kid. All right.
Yeah.
Let's say death punishment. Life in prison.
Life in prison.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm Queen of Hearts in this. Off with his head.
Yeah, off with his head. Why you say off with his head?
I feel that the world we live in, or the climate that we live in and stuff,
Right.
school shooters, mass shooters, and everything like that, it's not nothing new.
No.
And I feel like you have to make more extreme examples to let these people know whatever, like when these things go down.
Right.
Now you have situations, I think like the Columbine kids, whatever, right?
Mhm.
When they did their shooting, they took their own lives,
Right.
right? And I'm not saying and stuff they should always take their own life and stuff for her, but there's a situation where, like, I don't say an eye for an eye, but you take lives. You take lives.
Yeah.
You've taken lives and stuff like that. I don't care if what kind of rage you've been going through or anything like that. Like, you can't bring back a person from the dead. We haven't mastered that technology yet or that aspect.
No.
So I feel like you should compensate. But then some other people said to me and stuff like, death is too good for certain people. So I'm like,
Right.
but you're in prison from the bullshit you did, but I have to use my tax dollars and stuff to make sure you're getting 3 square meals and a shelter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's war veterans on the street that can't.
Yeah.
They're living worse than you.
Yeah.
That's me with that.
Yeah. No. And I get what you say. Totally 100%. I look at it, and it's always a hard. It's always a hard sell when they're minors, right? Because we know your mind's still underdeveloped. It's easier to say, hey, as an adult, you should know better. But as a child, I mean, they used to say you're an adult at age of 18. Now research says that your brain is actually, it doesn't get fully developed till like you're 25.
Interesting. Okay.
So, and the last to develop is that whole reasoning section. That's why we're young, wild, and free. We do a lot of foolish and risky shit when we're in our teens. because we haven't developed that whole, okay, you kind of have to have some sense, hold back a little bit. You can't do what you're trying to do type of deal, right? So with that, and then they're so easily persuade, man. They're so, I don't know what to say with what's happening with these kids nowadays, but they're so easily persuade. And it's almost like if you allow them to live long enough, I feel like at some point the regret will catch up, right? And then living with that regret for the rest of your life in prison would be worse than any death that you can get.
True. I don't want to use my tax dollars though.
I don't want to use my tax dollars either, but
I mean, they need to earn their keep and stay. That's what they should do. They should do that.
But see, this is what the messed up thing is, right? Because they would be doing that, right?
Okay.
But they're in jail doing work for private industry.
Privatized prisons. Yeah.
They're already working. So it's not even like they can work off their debt to society. They're working off their debt to society, but that's at somebody else's benefit.
I just look at like
what should happen. What should happen is whatever they're working and making in jail, that money should be going to the victims. That's what I feel. You're working off your debt by society by staying where you are behind bars. You're paying that debt to a family however you can by whatever work they're making you do. Why should the corporations benefit the fact that you're in prison?
Very true. I agree to that. They shouldn't benefit from it.
No, they shouldn't.
They shouldn't. But I don't know. Now, all right. If we take it from the macro level and we shrink it to the micro level, this kid was disturbed. His parents allowed, like they bypassed the disturbed aspects.
Right.
1, they took him to the fire range. 2, they bought him the gun.
Yeah.
And 3, when the teacher caught him with the cell phone with the text messaging thing.
Yeah.
He was researching ammunition. So when he was researching ammunition, so the teacher caught him and stuff like that. And then he got talking to and everything, and the mom was like, drop him a text message, said, "Don't get caught, LOL, next time."
Right.
So I'm looking like, I feel like we spoke about guidance counselors and stuff in school. What is the purpose for a guidance counselor and stuff when she's supposed to, or he or she, or they're supposed to be giving guidance and stuff for her, but no one's utilizing the guidance aspect.
Right.
So I'm like, do we change the wording for guidance counselors, or do we add a therapist into the schools?
I mean, what was the teacher's responsibility when she seen that text message?
She reported it.
She reported it. Was that prior to everything going on? Or?
Prior. It was like weeks leading up to it.
Okay, so do you now, like, what is a protocol for that? Like, because it's hard to say, right? Is kids just researching it for shits and giggles, or is there something that we need to be paying attention there? I
think it'll be research for like, shits and giggles and stuff, but how do you fully pay attention and stuff? Like, I don't want to put it on the teacher because the teacher is responsible for so many other students.
No. The fact that she reported it, she did her due diligence.
That's it.
She did her due diligence.
Then from there and stuff, whatever, it goes from the teacher level to like, let's say the school administration.
Right.
And then to the parents.
Right.
But if the parents don't give a shit, then...
Right.
Would change come? In this case, no.
Well, I mean, if the parents is bringing them to the range, that's what they're doing. And then it's kind of I like when we sit down and we have these conversations and you do your due diligence and do the research, because it just puts a lot of things into perspective when it's framed the right way, right? Because when I heard the comment of the wife of what the mother said,
yeah,
I honestly thought that comment was made after the shooting.
Oh no, yeah.
You understand? So that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Nah, she's too reckless and too wild. Throw away the key. She needs to go. I mean, even though I think they're not they can't go scot-free for what's happening. But that makes it a little, because at that point, you would say something like that, you don't know your son is about to go butt ass nuts the following week and kill kids.
Right.
Right? You could have been just it could have been in gist. Because you already know your son's going to the fire range. You brought him to the fire range, right? The curiosity is there. You're not taking it as anything. You may not be taking it as anything past that. Okay, I just bought Johnny a rifle. He's happy firing off the rifle. Now he's interested in guns. It's bullets. Oh, he just wants to know maybe what bullets it is that is when you go hunt and stuff like that. You're not thinking he's trying to hunt kids. I wouldn't think as a parent that he's trying to hunt kids.
I think he's hunting rascally rabbits.
Right.
So do you blame the parents in this situation with this Ethan Crumbley kid?
See, now I'm a little bit different. You understand? Now
we're having a convo.
Now I'm a little bit different as far as I can never hold a parent to an action of a child if they're not aware of a situation that's going on. Now,
explain that for me now.
Like, let's say, for instance, okay, they know their son shoots guns because they take him to the range,
right,
to fire guns, right?
Right.
You don't know what your son's intentions are past that. If you're not the type of person to be involved in your children, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're probably not gonna know what they're in the room doing from the day to day, right?
Right.
For all you know is all you feel like is you have a normal kid. Your father raised you to taught you how to fire guns at the firing range. You're just passing on traditions. You're not thinking that, okay, deep below, I may have somebody brewing. You know what I mean? I might have a murderer brewing and I don't know about it. Right? Bam. Here comes a situation now where you think everything is okay. You're at work. You don't know what's going on. You think it's your son's
another day in paradise.
Yeah, another day at school, right? I think the sad part right here is that you let the key out of your somehow the key got out of your possession.
Right.
Right? Because without that happening, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about this right now. Right? So if there's any blame that I could put on a parent, it would be the negligence of allowing that key to get out of their possession. Otherwise, other than that, you have no control over what your son's gonna do. You don't know. If you're not involved, you don't know his frame of mind.
I agree to that because I looked at it from one angle where if I own a gun store,
right,
you're my employee,
yeah, right,
and I give you the responsibility to lock up the shop and everything at specific times. Sometimes I'll close. Sometimes you'll close up.
Yeah.
You take one of the guns and stuff, whatever, and you just go postal. You start shooting up the neighborhood and everything, and that. I just going to be crucified.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, but where somebody said it to me and stuff, it's kind of like truancy. Like when kids cut school.
Yes.
They need to put the blame and stuff on somebody and stuff, and they're going to put the blame and stuff on the parents because the parents are responsible for the child.
Right.
But I feel like the child might be in I don't say they make the best judgment, but they still have the capability to make a judgment.
Make a judgment, right.
Right? You have teenage pregnancies and stuff that pop off and everything. The parents aren't in the room and stuff like that. Take the condom off, shoot the club up. These kids are making this judgment on their own.
On their own, yeah.
And then when it comes down to it and stuff, whatever, then now it's the parents' stuff, because I want to say people want to point blame and stuff to somebody, right? And I would only put blame on the parents and stuff for not the gun, but the run. Okay. Because they went on a run. Right. Because the fear might come in, but if you have nothing to hide or you did nothing wrong,
and okay, so and that's where it throws an anchor into what I'm saying, because I really can't use my argument and defend you if you decide to get out of Dodge because now you're looking kind of dodgy, mate, trying to get out of
You
Dodge.
look bloody dodgy.
Right? Now I really have to rethink my thinking. Did you know that your son was gonna do something like this?
Right.
Did you know your son was capable of doing something like this? Because now, you're part of the problem then. 100%.
Well, okay. So another angle I looked at is like, all right, if I know my child was being bullied, right? And I'm like, you know what? Some parents, they know their kids being bullied. They put them in like these martial arts classes, like the taekwondos, the karates, and everything like that. Let's say your kid goes to school like Daniel's son and stuff, and like it was like, what is that flying kick? And their head just goes into the locker.
The crane kick,
the crane kick head goes in the locker and stuff, whatever. And they damn near bleed out or damn near go brain dead and everything like that.
Right.
I get blamed because I took my kid to karate.
Yeah.
Why?
It's crazy.
So I should just let my kid continue to get bullied. And that's what I'm saying. Like, they're probably doing this, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? Because I was playing devil's advocate.
Right.
I'm kind of like, they probably did this shit to kind of help boost the self-esteem or something like that. Like, you know, don't worry, you can protect yourself and everything like that with the gun aspect. I don't believe they're probably like, yo, you need to Columbine the motherfuckers.
No, and I don't even think they were like, you know, showing them how to use guns as a way to protect them. I think that, like, for America,
so you think they're showing him guns to protect himself?
No, I think America, for some people, using guns is a way of life, right? So it's like they probably might hunt every weekend. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta know how to use a gun if you go hunt every weekend. So I'm saying even just for recreational.
It's better to get caught with one than to get caught without one. Mm-hmm. That's the American rule, baby.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? So
right to bear arms. That's
right to bear arms,
pretty much.
So it's like you have that right. They're gonna exercise it to the fullest. And like I said, ain't nobody like hunting than Americans. Canadians do their hunting, but I don't think ain't nobody like hunting like Americans, bro.
I think it's a population thing.
I
think Canadians stuff do a lot of hunting. And everything. I
have
have tons of coworkers and stuff. They tell me they hunt.
They
hunt some shit.
I got a few that go hunting.
They hunt some shit. They like. I think one of our people's stuff hit me up one day. Hey, you want some deer meat? I'm like, that's not in the Jamaican cuisine too much. Why you have so much deer meat? Somebody's like, you want a
elk? They didn't get you elk?
Yeah, either that or deer or elk liver or something like that. I was like, no. Why? Oh, we went hunting. I'm like, that often? I was like, did you tell me you went hunting another? Yeah. We always hunt. This is the hunting season. And like the hunting licenses and everything. I myself probably would never get a hunting license. Fishing license, maybe. Just to be
I'll get a gun license. I'll get a gun license.
You don't want to get caught without.
Yeah. I'll get a gun license. Hunting license, I don't necessarily need. I don't think I'm going to, you know, ever need to just shoot my food.
I feel like, but see, and that's what kills me and stuff. Like, I think who said this? I think it was Bill Burr.
Right.
It was an old Bill Burr stand up and stuff I seen, and he's like, yo, we need Cat Williams always said, like, you know, you need white friends, you need black friends and everything like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so funny, like with the way he said and stuff, and I know I'm gonna butcher it, but my man's like, yo, like, the white friends you have need to talk the sense into you to get your shit registered.
Yeah.
Get your legal weapon registered.
Uh-huh.
And then the black friends need to talk to the white friends and be like, you need to use some lotion. You guys can't see the ash, but they're like, I got this winter itch going on. And they're just always just doing some shit like this, like scratching their back somewhere. Get you some lotion.
Some lotion.
I'm like, we use lotion. That's why, you know, but then, if the brother Ashby can play tic-tac-toe in their arm, then, you know, it's a problem. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the more the people come together and the more groups like kind of share information, the better. I see no harm with like trying to protect your own.
Right.
There's just certain kind of rules and stuff, whatever. Here is just a little different from over there. Like the whole situation where like it was the guy, I think it was the boyfriend, girlfriend, and they were living at the girlfriend's mom's house.
Okay.
Somebody broke in.
Right.
The girlfriend's mom, she sleeps with her bedroom door open and she snores. Okay. So they're hearing snoring.
Right.
They know she's asleep.
Right.
But they hear footsteps going on upstairs.
Okay.
Right? So the girlfriend grabs golf club.
Okay.
Boyfriend grabs a knife.
Okay.
Right? Because he's hearing like straight movement and stuff like that. So they slowly creep up the stairs. And when they creep up the stairs, the robber is in the room and in the mom's room and stuff, like kind of clean off shit into the dress into like a bag.
Right.
So they attack him.
Yeah.
Hits him with the girlfriend, hits him with the golf club, and the boyfriend stabs him.
Right.
Like I think twice.
Okay.
And then he's bleeding, and then the girlfriend hits him with a club, and he goes out through the door.
Right.
Gets away.
Yeah.
Robber presses charges on them for using excessive force. He broke in.
He broke in.
In America, that's not happening.
No.
That's what that's so foreign to me. Like in Canada, when I'm like, you trying to countersue me? Bitch, you trying to rob me.
Yeah.
You came in and there was shows of like forced entry.
Right.
So they're like, all right, since this forced entry and stuff, whatever,
Wait, yeah.
we're going to hit him with a attempted robbery charge.
Right.
But that was still excessive force that you used. I can't protect my own. Okay.
That's yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like it's those situations stuff that it's weird to me. Where that's what I'm saying. Like it's a population type of thing because if the population number was more increased in Canada,
Mhm.
the land space is way bigger than America.
Oh yeah.
But the population if it was increased in Canada, like at least to like almost close to America,
Right.
a lot of that fuck shit will go through the cracks. But in America, like that right to bear arms, that amendment,
Yeah.
is what's saving them. So then, therefore, and like Florida, like place like Florida, stand your own ground, stand your ground and stuff like that.
Yeah.
These things and stuff are implemented in there. That's why America looks so bad.
Right.
But we know there's guns and there's weapons all across the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so at a tech firm, they remain to still go anonymous. I looked for 2 weeks now.
The tech firm
A tech firm
who made the offer,
they made offer for $200,000
right?
to use your face so they can put on robots.
So how do you even know if it's legit if they're not gonna give you the details on who they are? They just is it like
Oh, so no, so
how they come about? How did
so-
this whole proposition come about?
so, okay,
Do you
the
see, like a
proposition-
magazine or something. Like
no.
a
So it's actually they're using a sister party company,
okay,
right? So
Yeah.
they're saying so. Let's say they use a sister party company. We'll say like a Facebook ad. Be like, are you interested to make $200,000? You probably be home broke as fuck. You're like, yeah, shit, why not? You click,
Yeah.
and then when you click, it takes you and stuff. And they said companies will like to use faces for robots that they're now starting to make to
Right.
like I guess mimic human functions.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Before, some of the machines and stuff there they're not face capable,
Right.
but now they're like, all right, we can make it to look like this and stuff. We have the money, we have the technology, we can build it. You know? Exactly. So now they want to take your face. You up for it?
Why would they need to take my face though?
You
Like you would think like couldn't they just like throw a whole bunch of numbers in a computer and let it just generate a face? Like they got
that might be somebody's face though.
okay. So you're thinking so wait.
All right, you know who has a miscellaneous face?
Who that?
Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson, you don't know if he's black.
Yeah.
You know if he's white.
True.
Latino.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of all of this into one being.
But if I throw all those numbers in a computer and I let the computer generate the face, and I can approve I let the computer generate the face, do I need to pay anybody? It may be a likeness of you, but it's not you. The computer generated the face. I feel like this whole thing of paying people for their faces, that could go really wrong, man. That could go really wrong, bro.
Elaborate for my ass.
I don't. Why would you want to buy my face for? You know what I mean? Like I said, like you can computer generate a face. Why would you personally need me to sell you the rights of my face? And after I sell you the rights of my face, am I ever allowed to show my face again?
So I think they might have parameters because like it wasn't set still like I seen this in 4 articles.
Right.
And all of them said you'll still be allowed to post like on social media and all that type of stuff.
Right. You can still be you.
You can still be you.
Right.
On that aspect,
Yeah.
but it's just on a situation where you're gonna go do model shit and runway, or like you want to post up in commercials now. They'll be like, whoa.
No. We got a doppelganger for that?
No. They'll be like, we own that face already.
We own that face.
We own that face already. So
Right.
if you can't say like, all right, you know what? You saw your face, and then now you're gonna be a runway model for like Gucci.
Okay, so that's not in the
They'd be like,
cards.
what was that?
That's not in the cards.
The clause is this. You're gonna be in breach, and we'll hit you with a lawsuit. So if they hit you with a lawsuit,
Bro.
that ass is grass.
Bro. So okay, so this is okay. So you sell your face for $200K, right?
Right.
You think you're sitting pretty because you ain't never seen 10K. So you're happy and shit,
You're
right?
up 200K.
You're up 200K, right? They create the Marv bot.
They're taking my name too? They gotta pay more than that. I want $1 million if they want my name and the face.
They probably give it a different name, but in their catalog, it's the Marv bot because they got to make sure who they based it off
Gotcha.
of. Right? So they decide, right? They'll probably maybe Ken, the Marv bot model.
Okay.
Right? Then they put Ken out in the universe, and he also got a metaverse ID too, right? But he in a regular verse, right?
Yeah.
Then he gets spotted by Gucci. And they're like, yo, Ken, you have this amazing look. I don't know where it's from, but we want to give you $1 million contract.
Those bitches better run. They better run the funds, man. This
But
way.
no, you sold the $200K. You don't get nothing. You just said the modeling contracts you don't get nothing for.
My face hurts now.
Yes, no, you sold the likeness. They own the likeness and they got the Gucci contract.
That's rough. That's rough. I would think they would at least know for a fact that this robot or Kenbot. This Ken,
No, Marvbot, Ken, the Marvbot.
Ken the Marvbot is in this situation where somebody had to etch out and paint out this face.
Right.
Right? I'm not saying like, they'll get like the melanin popping.
Right.
But it just might be like me dipped into like T1000 liquid and I just have that silver, like, that titanium little.
Yeah. Right.
Because if they're going to do it, like I need like a Zoolander little blue steel look, like, on the robot, and I can work with that, be like,
Yeah.
and just bomb, and just work well. I want my money. Because if I hear about that shit, I'm getting a countersuit. So I'm not going to finish off my 200K. I'm going to keep at least 10K in the bag to countersuit somebody.
They're going to show you the fine print.
Reading is fundamental.
They're going to show you the fine print.
Reading is fundamental, man.
You'll be so pissed off when your friends go, yo, Marv, congratulations. I seen you in the Gucci. And they're like, fucking Ken bot. No, sorry. Ken, for using the Marv bot technology. My face.
So you want to offer up
not for 200K.
How much?
I think I keep my face for 200K.
$1 million.
$1 million, they can have my face. my face for $1 million.
Motherfucking switch like that.
For $1 million, they can have my face. Take my face for $1 million.
He's like, come out.
Yeah.
$1 million?
Yeah.
Here, cheekbones and all.
Yeah. I don't think this face would ever net me personally $1 million. So if you're gonna give it to me on its own, then I think I'll take it.
When you say it like that, it brings a different perspective.
Yeah.
I don't know if my face will make me $1 million either.
Yeah.
I know my face might make 200K.
200K, my face might be able to make me. I might be able to ride the 200K wave. $1 million, I'm pushing it.
Where we are right now in life,
right,
with podcasts and other business ventures.
Yeah.
You're right. You might be onto something.
Yeah.
But a regular Joe Schmo who don't have a podcast, does regular life, take the 200K. Take the 200K.
Take the 200K.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
See, it's perspective, man.
It's where you sit in life, man. It's where you sit.
So, okay. PETA has this campaign with jackets made of human remains. Right?
Now, is it really made of human remains? Or
No, they did it for like a photo ad purpose, like an ad, saying like, if this is not right, imagine how the animals feel.
Right.
First and foremost, I don't speak animal, so I think the only animal I might speak to is probably a parakeet or a parrot that can kind of talk back to me.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. It's dope when I feel like they understand. I see people like with their dogs and they be like, no, go get your leash. Go get this. Hell, one morning I was walking, I think way back when somewhere, the owner was walking on their cell phone and the dog had their own leash in their mouth and the dog just walking. So like, it was it was the funniest thing to see. The owner's just in their phone, texting away, click, 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 click. I'm like, you're not holding the leash? The dog has the leash in his own mouth and just walked, and then just walked off like the sidewalk.
So the dog's just walking itself.
Went to the grass and thinks, I'm like, what the fuck you need the human for? So I dig that.
My neighbor's dog rings the bell when it wants to go to the washroom.
I think that's dope.
I think that's super dope.
I think that's dope. The training skills is phenomenal. But I think PETA, they go too far with these ads.
I think so too.
And I think PETA,
but I mean, that's where they're trying to do that whole shock thing, right? They're trying to. It's like I equate the PETA ads to what the Surgeon General tried to do with the cigarette boxes.
Yeah, those images are nasty.
Yeah,
those images look nasty. You see, like I'll watch. Like,
I mean, people still gonna smoke. Like people still gonna wear leather jackets and goose feather downs.
I see what is that? I'll watch one food documentary, like even like remember Food Inc. way back in the day.
Yeah.
I watched that, something about how animals are mistreated and slaughtered and everything like that. I seen one about the oceans and how the fish are looking out different and stuff.
Right.
I'll be anti for everything.
Yeah.
4 hours.
And
after that,
the system kicks in.
Man, my system is my stomach.
You're about to get yourself a beef burger.
You goddamn right. I'm in this business like, damn, that's fucked up how they did the cows. They got them string up and down, slit they throat. That ain't kosher, like whatever. And they use that the gun from what's my shit called? No Country for Old Men. Yes.
The prod.
Yeah, they just gotta deal with them
Ned.
and call it a day. I was like, okay, damn, that's epic. That sucks. Is that my stomach? All right, man, let me get 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers. I'll pull up quick. I'll pull up real quick and stuff. And I'm like, yeah.
Bacon and cheeseburger. Give me both beef and pork. Give me the
not,
pig and the cow.
Why not? I'd be like, just make sure Slaughterhouse make that money. I think the shock factor thing, what you're saying and stuff, it can only go so far.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of extremists. I tend to ignore extremists.
Yeah.
It's just something in my brain. Like I hear like I want to say extremists to like, let's say I was walking one day, just like years ago, and I was going to Walmart.
Right.
But this is my old areas, walking to the Walmart, because the Walmart's like, I can look out the window and see it. And when I was walking, out of nowhere, there was like a Christian group. And the guy walked up and stuff. He's like, oh, you should come to church and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm good and stuff like that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you'll be condemned to hell. I'm like, first and foremost, I'm like, don't it say only God can judge me?
Yeah.
That must be a Tupac song and lyric that I love so much with it. But I'm like, how are you condemning me to hell?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're a man just like me.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, this is an extremist. Everything else he said, I blocked out. PETA, I seen this shit. I'm like, damn, that shit look nasty and ratchet. And the person had the little jacket on. They're like,
yeah,
check out my dead Lisa Marino. Like, I'm like, ew. But fuck you, PETA. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. PETA, I'm not a fan. Come for me.
And listen, people have worn animal skin from the dawn of time. And you know what? Back then, it was literally a situation where, just like you said, like, yo, bro, we hungry, we gonna eat. And after we eat, we gonna use up as much of this animal as possible. So if this bear gonna make a bear skin coat, if this sheep gonna make a sheep belt, if these ostrich feathers gonna make me a nice, comfortable bed, then
I feel like
I'm using what I need to use.
If they're an animal that you get like multiple purposes from and everything,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I just feel like there's certain things that they kind of go ham, more ways than some. They go nuts in. Like they just do the most, right? Elephants, you said the elephant's in a tusk thing?
Yeah.
Are you eating the elephant?
Well,
if you're only killing the animal for like one particular purpose?
if you're doing it for sport,
Yes.
then
that's a no.
that's for me absolute no.
That's a no. But I feel like if you're gonna kill the animal and stuff, let's at least have a multi-purpose and stuff when you're using it.
Yeah.
Right? Like I seen them. What is this? In Texas, they have this thing where kill off like rattlesnakes. Diamondback rattlesnakes kind of come like a dime a dozen and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
They'll they'll have the rattlesnake in a container, use like the grips, bring them out, cut the head off, cut the tail off, the rattler, skin it, cook the meat. So you're eating the rattlesnake meat because it's venomous. So venom, if it goes down to the stomach, stomach acids would beat it up and call it a day.
Okay.
It has to literally like come through the skin and stuff, and the stomach acids will get to and save you. They're taking the head and making like, I guess, kind of like ornaments and things like that, whatever. I'm like, okay, one kill, multiple purpose.
Right.
But if you're killing and then you're only having like one purpose and stuff, whatever, I think we need to reconsider, because this is where I'm not mad at them when they're like, oh, the chickens and stuff are manufactured and blah, blah, blah and everything. I'm like, motherfuckers have a lot of chickens though. You have to have a lot of people love chicken.
Yeah.
Some people might only fuck with chicken. So I'm like, we have to supply and demand.
Right.
Type of thing.
Right.
And the chicken is serving like multiple purposes and stuff when they kill it.
Right.
Feathers might be used for particular other things. Chicken liver, heart, drumstick, leg, breast.
Yeah.
So you're getting a lot of bang for that kill. And I feel like that's where most of these things should be and stuff. Whatever. Yes, I don't think everybody can be extreme and say, you need to be vegan or you need to this or you need to not eat animals and everything like that. But I'm like, ecosystems don't exist.
Well, I suppose it's all about sustainability also, right? It's like these things, I think especially with things like chickens, I want to say probably pigs at this point, cows. If we don't consume the amount, and it's so funny because the amount that they have now, they say, is still not enough to be able to, won't be enough to feed people in the next 10 years.
Right.
Right? As far as sustainability goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I always say, if you're telling people, okay, to cut off meat and stop eating meat altogether, we're going to have a lot of pigs and cows and all these things roaming the place, eating up grass, eating up natural vegetation, and then it's just going to be an unbalance of nature. Like we've created an unbalance to the point where I don't think we can stop eating meat without upsetting the current balance that we have right now.
I think we can slow it down.
You can slow it down.
I feel like we can slow it down. Like, because I feel like the reason why I said we can slow it down, we have these aspects where, would you eat chicken every day for 7 days a week?
No, I wouldn't eat chicken every day.
And I feel like if it comes to the thing where you're having mixtures and stuff like that, like the same way, people can like just want to say, you know what? I'm tired of chicken. I might take a day off from chicken. Or I might take a day off from a particular type of meal. I look at it where it's because there's 7.5 billion people and stuff, whatever. I'm not saying everybody has the same kind of diet as me, but I feel like at least 15,000 people in the world will probably in the same position and stuff where they're like, what am I going to eat tonight?
Right.
And they don't have diet restrictions and stuff, whatever, from like, let's say allergies or no kind of diet restrictions. They probably be like, you know what? Today I'm going to fuck with some chicken. Don't know what kind of style, but I'm going to eat some chicken.
Right.
And somebody's going to sit down and say they're going to have the chicken. Another 15,000 going to say they're going to have the beef.
Right.
Another one's going to say like, they just go salad up and veg up and everything like that.
Right.
And then you have the alternative people and stuff with the, I call it the monster food. The reason I call it monster food is something because, like, okay, it just confuses you. Like, you like, are you eating this? They have this thing called Satan. I call it Satan.
You call it Satan?
I think it's like some kind of plant they grow. They made a pulled pork sandwich from this shit. A bootleg pulled pork sandwich. They had like vegan barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
And the way they did it on the bun, I think if you ate a pulled pork sandwich, you couldn't tell the difference.
Oh, you couldn't tell the difference?
It's the devil. It's monster food. It's there to just scare you. But choice is choice. And I feel like, again, back to PETA and stuff, you can't just bring your extremist kind of thought and stuff for them to everybody, the shock factor and stuff, and then expect everybody to comply.
Mm-hmm. We're at the point now where we can grow food, whether it be plant-based or it be animal-based. If we reach the point where we can grow animal skin, do you think that would be the replacement of what's traditionally the hunt?
No.
Still think it'll be the hunt?
We have tons of synthetic type of stuff now that we use as like clothes
Fabric.
and garment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it took a while for them to realize, like, all right, we don't have to fuck with animals. We can pick cotton.
Right.
Or the blacks can pick cotton. I'm sorry, my ancestors.
When you said we can pick cotton.
My ancestors,
when you said we
so
can pick cotton, you looked directly at me and I was like, yeah, motherfucker, I know.
I seen the black person.
I
I
know.
was like, you're going to be picking cotton or your people's to pick cotton. But then there's other synthetic fabrics and stuff out there, like, we probably mimicked and everything. And what is it? I always say fox, but it's supposed to be faux.
Faux?
Yeah, it's fox.
Fox.
It's fox. But those type of fabrics and those type of clothes, like, they're still there. No, that shit ain't slow down nothing.
No.
That shit ain't slow down nothing.
Yeah.
In any case, stuff, whatever. I was even looking at a pair of Jordans and stuff one day, and they have like this elephant print. I'm like, where'd you really get this concept? Because this bitch feel kind of different now. Never really touched the elephant yet, but...
Well, yeah, okay, I can see that. And there's obviously no substitute for like the real thing, right?
Right.
It's like even going back to the diamond argument.
Mm-hmm.
They can grow diamonds in the lab with like top-notch clarity and almost, if not, well, just as good, if not better than what you can get from out of the ground. But yet, nobody wants a diamond that does not come from out of the ground.
I know. I wouldn't really give a shit, but then again,
I wouldn't give a shit.
But then again,
right?
it's the real thing,
Yeah,
whatever,
real
right?
thing.
It's that argument that's always going to happen. And be like, love those leather shoes. Are they leather though?
Yeah.
There's always somebody that's want to stunt,
Right?
And then so now I want to say the ones that's out here flexing and everything make other people feel like, I should step my game up, or I should probably try and get some real shit,
Right.
Because let's say the folks who buy Gucci clothing, and then they see people with some of the knockoff Gucci, like, that's not real Gucci.
That's Doochie.
Or Dookie.
It's Dookie.
So that's it. I'm good. Well, I'm not for that PETA campaign though. There's one thing I did want to hit you off with before we get on to some other shit. Another topic. I seen this thing a few weeks ago where there was an older man, he's with a younger girl.
Right.
And they were saying like, this guy's the most nastiest man on the planet.
Hmm.
She's legal, he's married, and they have children, whatever. And she even made a statement and stuff like,
The older man and younger girl.
so you know about it. Yeah.
Right.
You seen it?
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Okay, so...
I mean, this is like a trope.
It is.
Trope is old as time.
It is. So so this now, I think the difference in stuff is now, most of the time it's kind of like the people are speaking about it from afar, but these people chimed in. So I think the man, who's like now in his 60s, and the woman, or his wife, she's in her mid-20s or early 20s.
Early 20s.
She's like 22 and they have like 2 kids or something like that together. What made social media kind of blow up from it is that she, I believe is his goddaughter or his godniece.
I was gonna say she's probably about the age of any children that he might already have. Right? But now you say daughter or godniece.
So it's kind of basically like he's kind of watching. He watched her to grow up, to an extent, and then he's like, "All right, she's right for the flicking."
Yeah.
And
That's kind of creepy for me.
It's okay. So let's talk about.
That's kind of creepy for me.
Let's talk.
And
Go ahead.
here's the reason why I say it, because it's so close, and it's like to that child. your father figure or a mother.
Some
figure.
women call their man daddy.
Some women call their man daddy, right? But I mean, like, and like you're, I don't know. Like it's almost like I wouldn't do that with my own child, right?
What do you mean?
And I extend like I look at my godchild as being my own child.
Okay.
You kind of get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So that's why I find that not the fact that the age disparity,
Mhm.
like that doesn't creep me because I know that happens, right? But the fact that she probably played with your kids, maybe your real kids, is that and the third, you know what I mean? And you might have designs on her from those times. It's like, oh, that's a little bit creepy.
So what if he didn't know her?
Totally different.
You're okay with that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like totally different. Like I know of age disparity, right? That's nothing new. Like I said, that's the oldest trope. That's the oldest
So
time.
50-year-old, 50
Right.
man, 18-year-old woman. You're okay with that?
Me personally, I wouldn't do
You
it.
personally.
I personally wouldn't do it. I personally wouldn't give it my consent or blessing.
Yeah.
But who am I? If that's what they want to do, she's of age. If she got parents that say, hey, he got billions, go honey, go. then
So she auctioned off her kid for the money?
Then I don't know. I don't know what else to say. If there's genuine love, genuine. He's the dancer.
That's all in your head, whatever.
We got that last week. He's the
I'm
dancer.
about to say, like, yo,
If
so
it's
anxious? What are
if
you?
it's genuine love. And then who am I to say? Right? Who am I to say?
True. But okay. President Emmanuel Macron,
Right.
French president,
Okay.
president of France. His wife was his high school teacher.
Hmm.
He is, I believe, 43.
Okay.
And the wife is about 60, pushing 70.
Okay.
Is that close to you? Because she was his teacher?
I know. When did the relationship start? Did it start while he was still in high school?
No, a little bit after.
A little
but
bit
he
after.
always had a thing for her and et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So it was kind of like the spark was still there. But it's still like initially they met
Yeah.
through school.
No, I don't
That's not creepy.
I don't think that's creepy.
Interesting.
I don't think that's creepy. But
But she could have been in the classroom and stuff looking like, damn, Emmanuel. Damn that Emmanuel.
if he's damn Emmanuel, if he was older. Then in her second life,
Or only if he was just legal, because she's still going to be eagle.
Only if he was only if he was legal, right? And now in future, there comes the future. Now Daniel's legal.
So that's what I'm saying. Well, that guy, the 50-year-old man,
Right.
he's like, probably looking at her like 17, and he's just singing some Trey song. I can't help but wait. And then legal. Hey, so here's my number. Looking for a sugar daddy and some retirement funds soon.
Listen, man.
I'm the man.
And whatever floats your boat, that's okay. But don't listen, man. Don't be Woody Allen out here and see how you exactly. That's exactly okay. Okay, so dude with his goddaughter, that's how I see it.
Yeah, that Woody Allen situation is horrendous, because I'm pretty sure he gave that little girl a bath, and then it went from little girl or his daughter to his wife.
Bro, if you're a godparent and your godchildren sleep over, guess what? You've probably given them a bath also.
Salute to President Macron.
Salute. He wasn't the bunga bunga party dude, was he?
What does that mean?
One of them was having the bunga bunga parties, yo.
What's a bunga bunga party?
The party with the high society life and a lot of hookers and blow and go.
No, this sounds fun to me.
Where have you been? Okay,
I was this old today when I found out about a bunga bunga party.
I don't know if it was.
I thought you were making fun of like some kind of like.
I don't know
speech.
if it was the president of France or if it's the president of Italy.
Interesting.
But look, I just type in the first bunga party. Let's click on that one. But 2010, the phrase has gained popularity in Italy,
Italy.
and in international press referred to former Italian president, Barcelona. What? How you pronounce his name?
Berlusconi.
Yeah, Berlusconi. But he would have like sex parties, bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
You gotta make sure that people are okay.
No.
I think a good leader would make
Listen,
sure that people get their orgasms, get their nuts.
I don't think anything is wrong with that. I think the people just wanted their taxpayers' money used somewhere else.
Not for condoms, not for new shit.
I don't think
not for new sheets.
I don't think you should be bunging with my money.
What if he did it with his pay?
I don't know. It didn't say anything about his pay. It just said, wild parties.
Yo, let's get to the question of the week, Pat. Question of the week. When was the closest moment of world peace for humans?
The closest moment of world peace for humans?
I mean, we've been at odds against each other. We've not been coming together in collective, but then we have moments where we kind of got close enough. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah. You know when it was? The first ever airing of We Are the World.
Yes.
Yes.
I can second that.
The first ever of at that one moment, I think everybody felt that moment and said, you know what I mean? And about hours later, we all just
I used to think
the
the Live 8 things was dope.
Right.
But I feel like they needed more countries to go to.
Yes, they did.
Like they needed more countries to go to and stuff like that. Like I'm not saying like those places might generate, but let's rotate. Like, they have the G20 summits and the G summits and everything. Right. They just go like different type of places to show the love. They should have did that.
That would have been dope.
For me, I think it's Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go. Like, 2016, you were fucking with Pokemon Go. If not, you were curious on how it worked.
I would have been mad if that game was called The Gathering.
Yes.
Yeah. That game should have been called The Gathering.
Yes. Because when you see people like stopping traffic, running into like places and stuff, just like in a collective.
Yeah.
Back then, for like a particular, I'm like, the day the world stood still. I want to say like
it didn't matter what walks of life. It didn't matter what walks of life.
I feel like Olympics and stuff, like the times when Olympics and stuff is on,
a
lot of countries and nations dependent on the sport.
Right.
They'll tend to shut down shit to represent or to watch and to support, right?
Yeah.
Like even like when Jamaica, I think when Usain Bolt was doing this thing and stuff, whatever. A lot of crime-free days happened.
Oh yeah. He was glued to that TV set.
Be like, hold on, we gotta watch him. And like, huh! When they got to that moment, they're like, all right, back to regular schedule program with the crime and stuff.
And we're back.
Yeah. So I think that. But I feel like we're falling far apart from coming together because I want to say maybe the powers that be.
Yeah.
Or people's in control of certain things don't make it happen enough. But then again, that's a macro level. On the micro level, what are we doing? Because people don't even talk to their neighbors, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't even talk to your neighbors, acknowledge your neighbors and everything like that, like much as the Christian folk, love thy neighbor. Right. And then you be looking like, you look out the window, I ain't fucking with that person. Yo, you just broke a 10th commandment right there.
I wonder how often and how severe that really is. Like, do you like where you are right now? Because I know in your older building, you knew your neighbors. Yeah. Everybody was cordial and stuff like that. Right? Yeah. You didn't stay the location before you are now. You didn't stay there long enough to really socialize. You weren't there to socialize anyway. You know what I mean? It was just rest my head till I get things together and I'm out. Your new spot where you're at right now. Do you know your neighbors?
I try to greet them. Whenever I see them, I greet them.
Okay.
Even if I'm in the elevator with some people and everything like that, right? I got in the elevator one day. I had a mask on. Someone else had a mask on. Someone else didn't have a mask on.
Yeah.
The other person with the mask on gave that person like flack and shit and all that type of stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
And the person got off the elevator. And another time and stuff, when the elevator closed, I looked at the person and stuff. They're like, can you believe this? These people, from the way I'm talking, you can tell it's a Karen, but right. She went in and everything like I was like, life is so much bigger than this stress.
Yeah.
If you're uncomfortable, say your piece and call it a day. It was a mini argument and stuff. I said, I got off on my floor. My floor came up way before her floor. Right. And I was like, What if it went south? Where this person went to go take your life, or caused you bodily harm?
Right.
Are you okay with the results and stuff like that? I'm like, if stand for nothing, you fall for everything. I get that, whatever. I'm like, your approach, was it helping you, or did it possibly hurt you?
Right.
And then I got off my floor and I said, you have yourself the day you deserve.
He left it with an asshole comment. He said, fuck you.
I didn't say fuck you directly.
But I'll say fuck you.
I'm a work in progress.
Yeah.
Isn't that everybody's slogan?
Yeah.
Everybody's slogan to get away
I'm working on me.
I'm working on me. I'm a work in progress. And then they're like, if you fuck up, do something, whatever, be like, yo, why you do that? I think I might have a mental health thing. Like, I'm looking for an scapegoat. I'm a work in progress. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. One person's asshole, another person's freedom fighter.
There you go. I mean, it depends on what side of the spectrum you're on.
Exactamundo. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, baby. Let's get to the Axe of Sons. First Axe of Sons comes from Wiz Damn. What is the best unexpected compliment you've ever received? Oh, yes. I remember that. I was talking to
best about unexpected compliment?
Yes. The one that caught me off guard, a woman told me, you're like a vibe I can't find anywhere else.
Ooh.
This nipple got hard.
Ooh.
I think I was about to, I think I had a wet dream that night.
Yeah.
Because I've never heard anybody say some nice shit like that to me before. So that caught me off guard. What about you?
I had one comment. I think I was actually, I think it was actually the time I had stopped by the workplace and I was leaving. I think I told you about it too. And I pulled up to a stop sign and I kind of looked in the rear view mirror and I was fixing something in my face. And this lady pulled up in the car beside me and she said, don't worry, you can't get any more beautiful than you already are.
Oh, Snookums, do you want some dick? No.
You're that easy, aren't you?
That don't take much.
You are that easy.
I'm basic. Basic. Shout out to Shorty.
So I looked over and I'm like, oh, it's that. I didn't even realize that the car was right beside me when she pulled up because I was just noticing trying to fix whatever I'm fixing. I was like, oh, thank you.
Nice. Next question comes from Lucky. What is something that people pay for but is actually free? This is where my smooth rage will kick in.
Right.
Let me tell y'all something. Whatever camera, this camera, that camera.
All three cameras.
I'm on my camera mode now, whatever. Y'all should not buy fucking rocks from Home Depot. Rocks is given by God. Whatever your religious deity, where the other camera at? Whatever your religious deity is, please do not buy fucking rocks. Get you somebody with a truck, if the rocks is big enough, and bring that shit home. And then the motherfuckers with the firewood. The firewood thing and stuff for them, like, yo, fam, you don't live by a park? If you live in a desert, whatever, and you gotta pay for some firewood to keep you alive because desert nights get cold. Right. Different fucking story. Okay. Trees are hard to find. Yeah, I got that. The mirages and all that. I got that. Oasis. Yeah. But I'm like,
but if you're already in the woods.
I have a fireplace at the house.
Woods.
I have a bootleg fireplace at the house. Right? I decked the bitch out with wood. Somebody said, how much did you pay for that wood? I'm like, excuse me? My Lord and Savior gave me these damn trees and stuff. That's illegal. Says who? Point them out. Where? If the tree already fell down and stuff, or the branches already on the ground, why I can't take it?
You're just doing a service. You're just doing a service.
And water companies, they just sell plastic. They just bottle the water that's given by God.
That's all it is.
Those are the things that are actually fucking free. Go ahead. Thank you for my Fred talk rant. It's over. As you were, not your average.
I like to say time. Time is free, but we tend to put a price on it and pay so much dearly for it.
What do you mean by that? Like the work?
Yeah.
Like, break that down.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like work. Work is what we put we've tied the value of time to money. Right? So in order to earn that money, we got to give up that time.
Time.
We give that time by working, right?
Right.
But I mean, without you working, you still got time on your hands.
You do. You do. You just don't have
It's
the money.
free. You just don't got the money.
You just don't have the money. You know, I said next time I go for a job interview.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him why the position is open.
Mm.
Like, because like they always say stuff, whatever. Like, why do you want this job? Skip all that.
Yeah.
Why is this position
Why
open?
did the last person choose to leave?
Exactly. I guarantee the panel gonna look kind of shook. They'd be like, oh, well, they retired. I'm like, oh, okay. So I got a little longevity dancing this. But they're like, oh, they went to go pursue other things. I'm like, this company right here.
Then what were they asking for before they left?
Like, did they ask for a pay raise? You know, oh, that's personal detail? Right.
Yeah.
Are you interested? Give me a call tomorrow. I'll let you know.
I'll get back to
We'll
you.
discuss. I'll get back to you. Let's get to the last question that we're going to take for today. Comes some evidence. What is the world's most evilest company? You know, I thought about this question when I was looking at it.
Yeah.
I think I would say Chiquita Banana Company before. That was my thing to say before, but I'm rolling with Shell Gas Station. Shell Gas Station went in Nigeria and like swindle management the people.
Right.
Like for the land, because it's so funny where like I remember I seen a Vice documentary where it's kind of like if they found oil on your property, like on your front lawn,
Right.
you're a multimillionaire.
Mm.
They just drill in by accident and stuff, whatever. You're a multimillionaire when they find this oil.
Right.
And over there, if they drill and find oil, like I guess like in Nigeria and those type of places, they just give you a few $1,000s and they just fuck up your land.
Yeah.
Might take over your land.
Send you on your way.
Give you like maybe 50 grand, maybe equivalent.
Right.
And you know, the oil refineries they go through and they kind of fuck up the environment and stuff, whatever, within that area drastically. So Shell Gas Station for me.
I gotta go with BP.
After the oil spill?
I want to say that in part, but British Petroleum, they've
That's what BP stand for?
Yeah, British Petroleum. BP, the oil company. Wow. Like, far announced, right? Because why bring on any more concerns? But dude, you know how many oil tankers like just spoil oil into the oceans yearly?
No. Give me an estimate.
They're saying probably like on an average, maybe like 10,000 barrels of equivalent of barrels of oil yearly is like.
Okay, let's talk about incident. How many incidents like that would be? Because I mean, like, the quantity that could probably come from one big oil rig.
That could probably come from one big oil rig,
right?
Yeah, but instance, I would have to look it up. They did give a specific number, but it's I can't remember off like the top of my head. But like the number was ridiculous, and I was like, wow. But apparently, it's just like if it's made like a major thing, like it's reported. But apparently, no, dude, oil spillage is a regular thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was blown away by it because you typically think of like, I mean, even if it's a small oil spill, you typically think like that's gotta be, weighing in on the environment. So they would report something like that, even if it's a small amount. But no, apparently, bro, unless it's like huge or some of the ones that are burning off in the middle of the ocean where you can't hide anyway, it's like, you got to report those.
Damn. Okay, man.
BP, British Petroleum. But I mean, there's probably quite a few companies that could probably go on that list. And somebody,
I think tons. I just what you said, most evil.
Yeah.
And I thought about like that whole thing and stuff, whatever, because they're still doing their thing today. Like that.
Yeah.
Like what they're just going through and stuff, wherever they find oil and just kind of just fuck up some shit. I think it's just that on this side of the world, we kind of put most things, like more of those things on a higher value,
Right.
right? Because it's just like, and so we don't try to do it too much on our side. So it's like we know conflict diamonds,
Right. Right.
but we don't have mines, we don't have diamond mines on this side of the world, where it's kind of like they're doing the most to kind of get these diamonds and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
They're exploiting other parts of stuff in the world, like the clothing companies and stuff with the sweatshops and the Nike types and stuff like that, the H&Ms and stuff,
Yeah.
where they're taking their business across, paying them monkey peanut money where they can barely afford to live, but they have to go spend like 12-hour days and stuff in there.
Right.
When then you have somebody probably even working like a half of a shift over here doing something like even probably close to it, making double the money.
Yeah. Just, I mean, for those who don't understand the game and why they have lost their jobs to, let's say, another country, it's all economics. These countries have very lax laws when it comes to environment, when it comes to workers' rights. So, companies can pretty much get away with anything
Right.
down there. And, again, cheap labor is like
That one doesn't.
that's a company is most profitable by controlling how much they pay out as far as labor is concerned.
Yes, sir.
Right? So, I mean, do you think they're going to stick here and have them argue with you why they should be paid, why you should be paid $20 an hour when they can go and set up shop somewhere in the Philippines where someone is happy to take $5 an hour?
I know. And that's what make the company evil.
That's what makes them evil.
All right. We're at that part in the show where we about to say goodbye, but we leave the people a little bit of motivation. So say the Sons. So say the Sons this week says, instead of acting like whatever, just make an attempt to do better.
So says the Sons.
There's a lot of people just like, they just give up when certain things don't happen the first time for them,
Right.
or doesn't go their way. You want change, you have to create the change. Something similar to what we were saying last week. Instead of waiting for your turn, sometimes you got to go out to go get your turn. You want this to happen, that's it. You people just think...
It's going to fall in your lap.
Yeah. Why? Do better. Do better. Even if you get into an argument with somebody and stuff like that, you have to look at it stuff like, what did I say that might have prolonged the argument or the conflict?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's a situation like you make the attempt to do better.
Yeah.
So yes.
It's always a teaching moment.
Facts.
Yeah.
The only school that never ends is school of hard knocks, the school of life.
School of life.
All right, folks. That's a wrap for this week.
Is it?
Once again, yes, like, comment, subscribe. Check out podicalsons.com. Remember, what's up? You got something to say?
I was going to say, listen, if you're still looking for some t-shirts, we still got t-shirts available. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the next slogan on the next tee.
Yes.
Someone asked, it's like, can we get them in color? I said, I don't know. I don't know. I'll think about it. I kind of like the black and white theme.
We like the black and white theme and stuff like that, but people want to be unique, and
yeah,
you got to pay for to be unique. Let's just say
that's
that.
what I'm saying. I mean,
You gotta pay a little way to be a little unique. It'll be official us.
Right.
You gotta pay a little way to be unique.
Right.
So you gotta pay the cost to be the boss.
You better happen. We'll see what we can do.
Once again, folks, thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
Peace. Hi, PETA.
I'm gonna go put my fur jacket on right now. It's winter time.
Ow.
The Podical Sons with not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.